Hi everyone, my name is Kiana and today I'm going to talk about negative punishment. So when we look at behavior, we look at the three-term contingency. That means we identify the antecedent, the behavior, and the consequence, all within the context of the environment. The consequence is the event that immediately follows the behavior. The consequence is dependent or contingent upon the behavior occurring. Two types of consequences are reinforcement and punishment. If the behavior is followed by a consequence that increases the future occurrences of similar responses, it's reinforcement. If the behavior is followed by a consequence that decreases future occurrences of similar responses, then it's punishment. Now, I'm going to describe two negative punishment procedures. The first is timeout. Timeout has three components: the removal of a reinforcing stimulus for a specified period of time dependent on the target behavior or the behavior you want to decrease, a clear discrepancy between the time in and timeout setting, and the resulting decrease of the future frequency of similar behaviors. I'll give an example. Since we're social distancing, I'm just going to demonstrate myself. So let's pretend that I'm a child who was given access to this Nintendo Switch. So I'm playing the Switch freely when all of a sudden I yell a curse word really loudly. The consequence is that the Switch is immediately removed and I am not allowed access to any electronics for 10 minutes. If the frequency of my cursing behavior decreases, then this is an effective non-exclusion timeout procedure. Non-exclusion timeout means that the participant remains in the same environment, but the reinforcing stimuli are removed. Exclusion timeout means that the participant is completely removed from the environment they were in when timeout was implemented. The second negative punishment procedure is response cost. Response cost is the response contingent loss of a specified number of positive reinforcers. I'll give you some examples of this. So, with a token economy, tokens are added contingent upon the target behavior, and when a certain number of tokens are reached, the participant receives reinforcement, like a break from work or access to a game. An example of response cost is contingent upon challenging behaviors such as screaming, cursing, or eloping from their work. The participant loses one token. Another example of response cost is in San Antonio. If you're driving and you have your phone in your hand and you get pulled over, you will automatically be fined $200. So the loss of a specified number of positive reinforcers in this case is the loss of $200. Since this is a punishment procedure, it should reduce the future frequency of similar behaviors. So after response cost, the challenging behavior and the distracted driving would occur less in the future. So in conclusion, remember that negative punishment is the response contingent removal of a reinforcer or the removal of access to a reinforcing environment that decreases the future frequency of similar responses. I hope this video has been informative as you guys continue to learn ABA. Thanks!